Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. I am a professional intuitive empath, and I'm so happy to share some energy with you guys today. The thing I wanted to talk to you guys today is about the coronavirus. And as I was doing some meditation this morning, it came to me that this is a correction and a balance. Now, listen, I want to be very careful with how I describe this because there have been lives lost, lives that are gravely endangered, and people that have gone through this and recovered and are talking about it on various places like Twitter, people that have been quarantined, countries quarantined, shut down, including our country here in America. So it is a very, very, very serious thing. But whenever something this serious happens, I ask, okay, why did you guys allow this to happen? Why did universe source allow this to happen? What's the lesson that we're supposed to extract? And the thing that I heard about was not that we are being punished because we're terrible humans, but I heard that we had become disconnected. And you think, okay, well, what does disconnection have to do with corona? Because now we're all in isolation. Exactly. My point with this is that the isolation that we are in is a way for us to somehow be reminded about the beauty of our connection and our humanity. Now, the thing about humanity and the human spirit is you cannot keep it down. And even though I'm watching specifically some Twitter feeds in Italy where I was getting ready to travel to Italy over the summer, I was going to Rome. I had actually booked with a travel agent, a trip for someone that I used to know as a celebration of life and graduation and various things, and it turned out that I had to cancel that. But what I will say, so I've been paying a lot of attention to Italy. That's the reason that I bring that up. But I was looking at these feeds in Italy, and people are singing and standing on their balcony, and they're connecting in their quarantine state. Everybody's having to work from home. Everybody's having to be back and away. And I understood that there was an energy where we will not be stopped from connecting. Now, let's talk about what led us here. Again, the virus is incredibly serious. I am not diminishing it, but I want to go higher into the metaphysical space with it. We have become so accustomed to being in our phone, to being lost in conversation, to being lost to connection. If you sit too close to someone on a plane, we're texting our friends and we're vetching about how it's not right, and we're complaining and, oh, it's too much, and we're being generally terrible humans. I think you may have seen the guy that was punching the back of that lady's seat. And then it became this big debate. If you can't move your seat back, should she have moved her seat back? Clearly, the way he responded wasn't the right way, but it was born out of some kind of frustration that at one point I think we all have felt if you've ever flown on a plane. So what I'm saying is we've had so much closeness. We're around so many people all the time, but none of us are connecting with each other. And now we're in a worldwide pandemic crisis state where it is being mandated by the authorities, our governmental bodies, that we not only not connect, we fully disconnect, and we stay cloistered in our homes and our safe spaces. Now, here's what's interesting to me. You would think, well, we don't pay attention. We don't look up from our phone, our tablets, our devices. We're always in a meeting, on a meeting, at a meeting. I have been on my phone talking to clients while managing an email coming in from another client, while taking a text that's coming in. So I know about the multitasking world where we're driven to work, and create. And I have become quite the workaholic myself. So I completely relate. I'm not scolding you. I am saying I'm part of the problem. But the connection that I see us craving in even these now for us, it's short days because things in America are just beginning to shut down. But in Italy and other countries, they have already been shut down, quarantined, asked to stay home. The life as they know it is becoming very different. And unfortunately, it takes something like this pandemic for us to realize the thing that makes us amazing is our connection. We've lost that. We've forgotten that because we have been so immersed in ourselves, in our technology, which has been incredible. I remember being in second grade and having Mr. Johnson, my social studies teacher, telling us about the World Wide Web. And he bought in this big old clunky computer and said, I have a pen pal and they live in East Ethiopia. And one day we'll all be able to communicate and chat instantaneously. He was an Aquarius, guys, so he was definitely future tripping in the best way. But Mr. Johnson was right, and it became its own beast. It became its own thing, and in its own way, it consumed us all. It devoured us, and we devoured it. And then we forgot about the person sitting next to us on the bus, the train, the metro, the subway. We forgot about the person maybe in our taxi or Uber. I'm dating myself with taxi. In our Uber, we forgot about the person in the cubicle next to us, even. And so, the universe, in its infinite wisdom and in its infinite ability to get us to really take a look at the things that matter, has allowed, because I feel like it's an allowance, right? For us to experience this thing where we have fear and where we're checking the coughs of our loved ones and we're connecting. Are you okay? Are you really okay? And where even if we're not in contact with a loved one, we hear someone coughing and we start to think, oh my God, are they okay? Am I going to be okay? There's something about this that's reconnecting us. And I know that may sound asinine, but I've seen it. Go watch it. Go look at Twitter. Go see people creating flash mobs from the safety of their porches and rooftops. And they're singing out loud, whether it's My Girl Wants to Party All the Time, a personal favorite of mine, or whatever. Volere was one that I heard. So beautiful. I heard people humming Vivaldi. No words there. Just going through the movements, the seasons. I want you to understand that that's how we connect: vibration, energy, movement, music. And we've forgotten that because we've had that vibration, that energy, that movement, and that music in the hand, in our palm. And so we've forgotten about our neighbor. And after this is over, and it will end, says the empath, says a person who has sought and prayed about it, I don't have any answers or clarity other than this too shall pass. And I don't even know if that's so much channeled as it is the wisdom of my mother. But this too shall pass, and we will come out more educated and knowledgeable. We will come out wiser. But I think what we will come out, and I think this was long overdue, there has to be, and there has been, this tipping point that we've been arriving to. We'll come out reconnected. We'll come out appreciating that person sitting too close to us that isn't going to get us sick if they cough on the plane, or the person we catch eye contact with on the metro. When I was in Paris last year, I remember having beautiful connections with people. And we were pickpocketed. So it wasn't, some connections not always beautiful, y'all, just a heads up. But I remember talking to women and seeing them with their fashions and their heels and things and thinking, oh my gosh, you're so gorgeous. And them looking at me and being like, and you're a beautiful American. And we go back and forth. But beyond that, even if there was never a word spoken, the delight in someone's eyes or a light up or a smile or a nod, connection, guys, simple connection. And we've been missing it. And so now, when something like this happens, which is causing mass hysteria, mass panic, and well warranted at this point, now we see that things are getting beyond any realm of feeling like we have a handle. I don't feel like anybody feels like they have a handle anymore. And my job isn't to come on here and propel that sense of panic, but it is to help you understand that in every lesson, even the most painful, there is a reason and there is a projected outcome. And the projected outcome and the reason is that we became too disconnected. So now when we can reconnect, and when the races happen and the marathons are restarted and the basketball games and the concerts and the music festivals and all the things that have become these social norms of togetherness, they have become our campfires. They have become how we gather. As humans, we are hunter-gatherers, and we're all working from home and hunting, so to speak. And we're gathering, but we're not fellowshipping around that fireplace of our shared activities and extracurriculars. But yet and still, the human spirit finds a way. And in Italy and across the world, not just Italy, I just focused on there because I've been paying a lot of attention to that country. They found a way. And we will find a way here, and we will share it. And we are so lucky that the very thing that got us all distracted, that phone in our hand, will be the way that we share our human connection. And then hopefully the pendulum will not just be all the way to the left or all the way to the right, but it will rebalance. Wash your hands, folks. Try not to touch your face, folks. Research how to make hand sanitizer properly. Don't just use your vodka, which is only 40%, folks. And remember that when this is over and you have survived and you will survive, to love the people that are around you, even the ones that get on your nerves, a little bit more. Because without them, it's a very different landscape. It's a very different life. And I think we're getting a taste of that now. I don't think we want to live in a blockbuster movie, though that's what it's feeling like, isn't it? An interesting, twisted, strange movie that it seems like we've seen Tom Hanks star in, except now he's actually starring in it. I want us to remember that that connection is what binds us. Those are the ties that bind, that Johnny Cash sang about. And so when we do get out of our homes and back into our offices and schools and arenas, be nice to the person next to you, and remember, nothing is promised. Do not take that connection for granted. That is my take, energetically and spiritually, as to why this is manifested. I know about the bat, I know about the origins, I know about all of it, but what I want you to understand on a higher level is we needed to reconnect and remember why the connection is so important. Thank you guys for joining me. Please leave me your comments and thoughts. If you think it's balderdash, if you think I'm spot on, comment below. I'm so happy that we got to share some energy today. And I guess we'll be sharing a lot more energy this way while we're all quarantined. So come on back, because what else are you doing but Netflix and chilling and counting all of your toilet paper? And we will continue to evolve together, even through the coronavirus, guys.